Sunshine's Corner, being brought to you by Quint and Richie Studer.
And it is a beautiful Monday morning. Welcome into the hottest spot in town. This is Sunshine's Corner, where we have those conversations that are very easy to have. I welcome you in to bring the conversation even better. You know how we do it each and every weekday right here on Sunshine's Corner. And today is not going to be any different. Today is a very special show. Now, don't get me wrong, all my shows are special. But this show has even more of a special meaning. We are going to be talking about a civil rights icon that was right here in our city. He transitioned last week, but you know, he will never, ever, ever, ever leave this area, because his spirit will dwell here throughout today and forever, because his name will always reign high in this area. I'm talking about, I've got to say this because as I was noticing, Reverend H.K. Matthews was known everywhere. When I put this up on my social media last week, you would be amazed. Even my people at home in Alabama was, oh my God, that he was the presiding elder here. He was the presiding elder there. And it was so amazing. You see, he didn't just tread here on the Gulf Coast. It was everywhere, because he meant something from the heart. There's something he has always said that has always resonated deeply within my heart. And the fact of it is, in order to do anything, you've got to first know how to be a servant. You can't lead if you don't know how to serve. I believe that with everything I have in my heart. He has always said those words to me in so many ways. And today we're going to remember him. We have his daughter on with us. We have some of his most loved people that are with us here in the audience today. And we've got Miss Clorrissi Shoemo. She's here. And I'm hoping that Commissioner Lumon May is going to make his entrance soon. But you know the commissioner. Hey, welcome with, that's Lumon, he's coming. And, but look, ladies and gentlemen, welcome into Sunshine's Corner this morning, especially you. And you know what, I don't want to mess up your name. I am great when it comes to butchering somebody's name. Pronounce your name for me.
Drayon,
because I was saying Drayson. Okay, you see? Didn't I tell you I'll butcher her name? Drayon, good morning and welcome into Sunshine's Corner. And of course, Clorrissi, you are a very, what I can say, I thought I moved around a lot, but you about to catch up with me, sister. I thought I had those treading feet, but you know, every time you look up, here I am. But you're right there with me. Good morning and welcome into Sunshine's Corner.
Good morning, how are you?
I am doing well. And you know what, I want to turn just a hair to show you my ponytail. Let me look back and I see we've got some beautiful people right here in the audience with us today that's going to be talking. We're going to be sharing things. Michael Jackson, who is most certainly, I think that that's his son. I mean, you know, the way Michael is to him, and that, how can I say it, that connection, that love that's there, yes. You know? And of course, there's my sister, that's my girl. Look, where did she come from? I hadn't seen her, she's been high and she go everywhere, right? Yeah, look at her bobbing her head, she is. But you know, and this young lady here, she has so much that she has experienced with Reverend Matthews. We're going to get all of that talked about today. But let's start it off by saying this. You know, I'm going to start off with you because you are his daughter. And I want to be as gentle as I possibly can because I understand. I've been there, done that, got the shirt. Yes. And I know how it is. But first of all, as a daughter, and you see with Reverend Matthews, he was always such a joy. He was going to make you smile. I don't care what. Now, I had to be another side to him with Daddy, right? You know, I know how it is when you say Daddy. You know, that's got to be something different, right? Let's talk about that a little bit. Let's not talk about his political seats. Let's talk about the things that, from a daughter's point of view, with Reverend Matthews.
Okay.
Tell me about it.
Well, he was very hands-on, very involved. It was me and my brother. I was a bit older than my brother, so I left home, you know, right after high school, pretty much. I went to college and then went into the military. But for me growing up, with him, like I said, he was very hands-on. You know, he encouraged me to, you know, work hard in school, get good grades, and he really wanted me to make something out of my life. He really encouraged, you know, being successful at, you know, whatever I did. So he was always very supportive, always there. You know, he attended school events, he was involved, so it was really good. You know, he wasn't really a disciplinarian.
I was gonna say you ain't getting no whipping.
No, no, but I was good too. So, but no. But he, you know, he would more so just talk to you. You know?
Really?
Yeah. He was not a disciplinarian.
Oh,
no.
wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wish I could say that.
Yeah. My mom, on the other hand, that was a different.
Come on now.
But yeah, no.
I mean, but when you think about it, those type things you see with that strong, gentle. He's a strong, gentle giant, should I say?
Yes.
He was extremely tall. Voice was rather strong. But to say you ain't getting no whipping, you lucky. Okay. Yeah. I'm just saying, because my daddy, he didn't have to do it but one time, and I learned then, don't mess up in front of him. But now, Clorrissi, let's go with you. You worked a lot with him.
Yes.
I went back and I was going through pictures and articles that I was reading over the weekend, and every time I look up, I saw this little, you know, that was right there smiling. Yes. And I mean, talk about your journey with him.
Whew. He was one of those that made you first question why you're doing what you're doing, and reaffirming that. The other day I was, as I'm starting to finally process what has happened, I'm like, he strengthened me to stay in the cause.
Right.
Anyone in this fight on the front lines, there are times you're going to question it. There are times you just, what's your why? And he made it clear the why. And how to sustain that connection to God. When he spoke, first of all, he meant what he said what he meant. Someone said, I read a quote the other day about one of our truth tellers is gone in a time when truth is debatable, and that is so right, because he was going to tell you the truth.
And you know what I think what he has done, you know, we all have a legacy to leave behind us. Now his legacy is what he taught, what he believed in, what he fought for, the times when he went to jail for.
Yes.
But what he was doing, I do believe, was planting that seed,
that part,
in the people that he was encountered with, because we've all got to make that transition one day. So who's going to take that mantle and keep it going? And I think he planted so much. When I was reading an article about back in 1975, when he was arrested, he went to jail. He stayed in there 63 days. And then it came out and everything, he was pardoned from everything. But my thing is this, he took that step to stand there for us, and he went to jail for it. He didn't matter about the time or all the stuff that I was reading, it didn't matter. And the fact that right now what he has left is a legacy. When we teach people today, and I see you saying yes, because I strongly believe this, when he left what he did, you know, he followed a lot of the things that Dr. King did. He was worked there with him. So he kept the legacy going on from Dr. King. So with today in 2025, as we see what the country is doing, what is trying to be pointed at our beautiful people of color, we have got to continue this walk that he treaded so that we can continue to make a difference. Otherwise, what was the walk for?
Absolutely. And I think that's another key point. I believe one of the reasons why he took time with us younger folk was to implant that so that we would continue on. And that's what we need to do for the next generations. And it's so important for us to know our history.
Exactly. And then I say this too. I want to say this, but I have learned during my stay on this earth, the things that I've studied, that I've come up with, we are here to celebrate the life of him. My Bible teaches me that at death you are to rejoice.
Amen.
At death, you are to rejoice because then you know we're going to live eternally. And I believe he walked that walk, that he's going to be there when that trumpet sound, as it is in the book of Thessalonians. He tells us that those who went to sleep first, they're going to rise first. And I know he's going to be in that number.
Oh, yeah.
So what we're going to do today is just talk about the goodness of him, what he did. We are celebrating the legacy of a man who left a path. I mean, who want to fill those shoes? But as of today, what we've got to realize, and I hope, and I had talked with him on, I'll never forget one day when he came by the studio. I was on the air, but I said, Reverend, I gotta go. My son was running out, I gotta go. But he said, no, I gotta tell you one more thing. I said, but okay, hold on. Then I'd run to the studio and come back. But I say those things I never forgot, because of the fact that he was sharing things with me, even with the things that a lot of people don't know that I shared with him that I was dealing with.
Same.
But he gave me such sound doctrine, I call, to continue my walk. And what we're trying to do today, ladies and gentlemen, is to make sure that you know that's what we're doing today. And this thing keep popping out of my ear, okay? That we have got to talk about the legacy of a man who left something here that is absolutely phenomenal. When it comes to your mother and you and your brother and the things, and when I have to say this because we came to the house the night before, and the love that I felt that was there, it was so, it's something that you can't just put your finger on, but you could feel it. And the conversation from, I love her dearly.
Strong strength.
She is a strong woman, you hear me? She's strong, but she was telling it like it is. And I think when that person has lived that long and shared that long life together, they know, you understand what I'm saying? That what she could talk about, she knew that's what he would have wanted and how things were. I really believe that. And we're going to talk even more about that because we got to run here in a minute, got to go to break, but hopefully Lumon will be here and say, yeah, Lumon, I called your name out. But if not, we're going to get Michael Jackson up here because Michael Jackson, y'all, in the house.
Yes. Now he's got some stories.
I know he's got some stories to tell. But you know, every time I do that to Michael, I always do this. When I first met Michael Jackson, when I first moved to Florida, and I was at Metropolitan Baptist Church, I was doing a program, and I said, okay, and I'm reading the program, you know, didn't go beforehand, I just scanned it through. Then I got that and I said, and we've got, I said, Michael Jackson?
Singing, and he sings.
And I mean, I think the look on my face showed everybody, no, it's Michael Jackson. We got our own Michael Jackson, okay? We are going to run now. We're going to go to break because I found a clip that Lumon had put up. And I copied that so we can share that today about the legacy of the late
H.K. Matthews.
H.K. Matthews. Something else I want to say, I thought that it speaks volumes. We're going to go to break, come back with more right here on Sunshine's Corner.
Good day, Pensacola. Welcome to a new segment on health and wellness sponsored by Baptist Healthcare in partnership with Sunshine's Corner. Every first Wednesday of the month during Sunshine's telecast, we're going to be bringing you information about health and wellness and ways to make sure we're improving the quality of your health care here in Pensacola. After all, we want to ensure that you're going to the right place at the right time and for the right reason and that you don't feel alone. Can't wait to see you.
At FPL, we plan for storm season all year long. We're strengthening poles to better withstand severe weather. We're clearing lines to improve resiliency, and we're constantly training teams to act at a moment's notice. Because we're always working, always preparing. So when storms do hit, you can count on us. FPL, working for you every single day.
Hello Daphne, hello Lake Forest. My name is Dr. Brian Ramsey and I'm your Lake Forest president, and I'm running for District 6 City Council. I love this city, I love our community. I'm going to take what I've done in Lake Forest as your president and get into City Hall. On August the 26th, I want you to come out and vote. I'm running on transparency, accountability, and safety. The things that we can work together as a community to make our community better. My slogan is Lake Forest First, and together we will make a better community. My name is Dr. Brian Ramsey and I approve this message.
Take a ride on the Pensacola Beach Island Trolley. From now until September 4th, from 4 p.m. to midnight, tour Pensacola Beach for free on the Island Trolley. Our open-air trolleys allow riders to take in all the fun and sun of Pensacola Beach. Plus, riders will be able to track the trolley's location, making it easier for everyone to plan ahead and enjoy the ride. To learn more about the Pensacola Beach Island Trolley, head to visitpensacolabeach.com/trolley-information. See you on the trolley.
And welcome back to this Monday edition of Sunshine's Corner as we remember and talk about the legacy of the Reverend H.K. Matthews. You know, I was doing a lot of reading this past weekend, and everybody, you heard me when I said, Lumon, I'm calling you out.
And I came running.
But it's something I want to share about your father that I thought, because so many people, when they get accolades, they use them. When I read that he was given, he had a doctoral degree, but he never used doctor.
He didn't.
Out of all these years I had known him, because he was this Reverend H.K. Matthews to me, right? Mm-hmm. But he didn't take that when he was given that. Hey, look, put this doctor in, Dr. Reverend H.K. Matthews. No. And I think that speaks volumes to what he said when he said that in order to be a leader, you have to know how to serve. And when I read that, I said, he didn't just talk about that, he meant that. He exemplified that in so many ways. You couldn't help but feel love when you were around him. And Lumon had a beautiful, and yes, Lumon, I took your off Facebook. Whatever. You saw it. I copied that and I used that because when he was talking about, oh my God, then he went to his favorite song that he always have his buddies sing, you know, I've had some good days.
Yes, sir.
I've had some bad days.
My Lord.
Oh, come on now. But then all I could see was that, because I know Michael, that's his song. You know, that's Michael's song and he sings it well. But with you and Dr. I said it.
I love it. It's okay.
Did you hear me? I said, I'm going to say, Dr. Matthews, I want to give it to you, Reverend. But Lumon, with the relationship, and even with that clip when you were talking, that was Black history you was talking about, and how he was speaking, it was just rolling out so natural, because I think that was his true belief on the inside, that everything he fought was so from the heart, because what he wanted for his community. Talk about that relationship you all had together, and it was just, all you could do in that clip was smile, because he was.
I often say that my father would say HK was one of the few black preachers that could make you shout without hooping and hollering.
Come on now.
And so that was, he was a great orator. Mm-hmm. So as a child, I would listen every fifth Sunday, because he didn't have to preach at his church on the fifth Sunday, and so I knew that if HK showed up on the fifth Sunday, we was gonna get to Morrison's before everybody else got there, because we was gonna get out of church on time. And so,
you gonna do what? Get out of church on time? Come on, Reverend.
Hold me up, Holy Ghost. And so,
listen to that, Lumon. Hold me up, Holy Ghost. Come on, somebody.
And so, HK was an inspiration. He was what inspired me. He was humble, and when he'd show up on the fifth Sundays. He preached the God message, but he preached a liberation message.
Exactly.
A message of let my people go.
Exactly.
And so he was not afraid, whether it was marching on Edmund Pettus, or whether it was marching down on Newberry's, or whether it was standing up for people in 2023, 2022.
Exactly.
You could call on HK. And so what happens, no matter what happened within our community, your child got suspended from school, you lost your job, the police mistreated you, everybody had an automatic finger down to HK Matthews. And what I love about HK, he had a servant's heart that he never refused anybody.
Amen.
I'm telling you.
I often say, you know, whatever we can give this man in accolades, whatever we can give in birthdays, we can't pay that man back, because you know what, he jumped in his car. And he didn't jump in a Cadillac or Mercedes. He jumped in an everyday man's car.
Come on now.
And so that's what I think people could relate to HK, because HK was not about material things. Because if he was about material things, he would have gotten out of the movement a long time ago.
Exactly.
Loved his daughter, loved his son, loved his wife, loved his grandchildren more than anything.
Oh, yeah.
But he loved his community.
Absolutely.
But he never allowed for the materialistic things to supersede
That's what I love.
the spiritual things.
Exactly.
And what he
To
believed
supersede
God
what he was
called
trying
him
to do.
And so that was my inspiration from him.
And you know what she told me? You know, he was not a disciplinary at home. He wasn't that at home. She didn't even get a whipping.
No.
Yeah. Well, I can imagine he didn't whip anybody. You know,
No, but you know, Daddy. No, we're not talking about that man in the street. We're talking about Daddy. You know how Daddy does. Did you ever get a whipping?
I got about 4 or 5, 6 or 7 a week. I mean, spatter rod and spoil the child. But Sunshine, what I say about HK is this.
Or my day.
Yeah. My dad said you ain't gonna outlast them green limbs. And bless God.
Ooh,
but he commanded respect so much outside the house, inside the house.
Yes.
It wasn't necessary
To get that whipping.
to put the rod on.
Hello, I hear
It's
you
just
too.
his voice. Very
that
few people
voice.
could take their presence and their voice and change a room. And HK even to this day had that presence of when HK walked into the room. I remember as a county commissioner, I had some issues in which a lot of people were attacking me, and all of a sudden HK walks into the chamber. The whole mood
Shifted.
changes. I mean, it's just because he had that type of presence, and I think that's God-given. I mean, I think that was his presence, his spirit, that he didn't need to holler and yell at you.
No, he
He
didn't.
could just talk to you and control the whole narrative of the conversation.
Exactly.
And I was never at the house with him when he was raising his children, but I've been in very intimate settings with him. And I can know that people just gravitate to him and want it out of just respect to please him.
Absolutely. And when you say things like that, I mean, I can imagine how your heart feels because you know that your daddy left such a legacy here that will live on for today and forevermore.
Yes.
The lives that he affected in so many ways, and that infection became affected with so many people in this community. And with him and what he did. And when you were talking about how Reverend Matthews would reach out, and I've never shared this with nobody. When I first moved to Florida, and that's been almost 30 years.
Wow.
But once I was working at this place, I got mad and I walked out.
Not you.
But your father, and to this day, I don't know how he got my number, called me and said to me, "What can I do to help you?" I will never forget. I never shared that with nobody. Never. Because he would check on me with God in heaven sitting on his holy throne. He would call me weekly and say, "Are you okay?" Now that's the kind of person he is. He's not the kind of person that would go out there and wop. Yeah, you know, she walked out, but I did this. No.
Right.
He was not that type man. And I say that to say he was such a legacy. And when the things that he's done, let's go back to the part when I want to talk about with you, Lumon, and with you, Clorrissi, because you all are in that political arena. The things, I see something in your eyes. when I talk about the things that he did, and I was reading what he was doing so much in Pensacola, right here on Palafox, downtown. He had to leave Pensacola for the fight that he was doing for our community. Does that not speak volumes? But even though when they pushed him out of town, that only gave him fuel more to fight. And with the study that I did, come on, so many would have thrown in the towel. So many would have crawled on and said, "No, I'm not going to do this anymore, because if this is going to affect me like this, I'm going to back up and not do this." And I think about even up until this man was in his 90s, when Haley called on him, he was right there at the King Monument, right there, on the megaphone, speaking the same truth about what needs to be done in Pensacola. My question to people like Lumon, my question to, well, all of us, because we are a community. And he believed in that togetherness. With the country how it is today, and you read something every day that is happening, that is being affected, and let's be real, it is pointed toward people of color. Somebody got to take that mantle. Why is that finger pointing over here? I mean,
not worthy. Not worthy of the nails in his hand. In Sunshine, I hear people all the time say when HK was ran out of town and when he left Pensacola, and I often say to them, when?
Yeah.
He never left
'Cause he never
Pensacola.
left Pensacola.
He might have laid his head at night, but he never left Pensacola because he probably in our lifetime was the greatest influencer of civil rights, politics, social justice, social involvement, community organizing. Tell me a name that's synonymous with those terms other than H.K. Matthews.
Come on now.
So H.K. didn't leave.
No,
you know,
he
he
didn't.
might have laid his head somewhere,
That's
but
right.
he never left. Even with the threats on his life, the threats on his
I'm
family,
telling you, I read
he
about that.
never left. And that's what you call a true soldier of justice. He believed in his faith that God was going to take care of him. And he did just what he needed to do.
97 years.
I mean, and so if you believe that, and I'll make it a little light. If you believe that H.K. left Pensacola, I promise you ain't never came to a birthday party
You got
because we
that.
had them all right here,
I'm
baby.
telling you,
I mean,
everywhere.
Fred Levin used to say, God, he has a birthday party every other month. He was the greatest event organizer I ever seen. Because once one birthday was over, he started planning the next birthday.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
But I see you smiling, and I see you just reflecting back. You say, "Oh, that's my daddy." I mean, but what are you thinking right here as we talk about the legacy? I'm sure you, like you asked me, you said, "Don't go on, don't talk to me about that political stuff. Talk to me about my daddy."
Amen.
Okay, but right now to hear that the love that everybody shares for him, how does that make you feel?
I mean, I'm really in awe. You know, I was telling my mom, because like I said, I mentioned earlier, I left, you know, because I've been gone, I was in the military. So I really didn't, as the years went on, I really didn't know what was going on, what he was doing, because I was, you know, I was doing my own thing.
Of course.
So to come back here, you know, unfortunately for his passing, but to see how he had such an impact, I mean, I'm really in awe. I mean, I really am.
You brought a picture.
Yes.
Show that. What's that picture up? This picture right here. Tell me about this picture, girl.
Oh, well, this is when I retired from the Navy, and this is my the photo that we took when I graduated from Officer Candidate School here in Pensacola.
Okay.
So yeah, so. Yeah.
How beautiful! Oh, look at that! Oh, we got that a good shot on camera too. Oh, that's beautiful.
Yes.
And look at her smile. He said, "Yeah,
Yes.
that's my baby."
Yes, he was right there.
You know,
Yes.
and that had to mean a lot because you told me you had something you wanted to find to bring to share.
Yes.
And I can understand that feeling of what you're sharing that for.
Yes.
Because you know what, he was so many others' daddy
Yes.
as well.
And I learned that as well. I mean, like I said, I knew he loved Pensacola. I mean, Pensacola, everything was Pensacola.
Exactly.
I think I told someone growing up, being from Bruton, I thought Pensacola was New York. I just,
What you
because
say?
I did. I just, you know, and so when we went to Pensacola, that was a big deal to me but he really loved Pensacola, the people of Pensacola, all people. He really, that's one thing I want to say. He loved all people, and he wanted all people, regardless of color. He wanted everyone to be treated fairly.
Exactly.
Yes.
And you know, that's a motto I think that if we could get that, and I'm talking from both sides, that we got to get that in our heads because of the fact we got to forget this color thing. If we could go over that, because right now it's being everything is being so much hate.
Yes.
And come on, but unless we can talk about these things, we're not going to go anywhere. And he was one, like you said, he was a great speaker. When he spoke, he had a message for you, and you were going to get it. But it's so many things that I read. He from Snow Hill, Alabama. Do you know Snow Hill, Alabama's right down there, next door down there in Lowndes County? Come on, I mean, come on. I wonder did he know Percy Jones from down there in Snow Hill, Alabama. That's my sister's boyfriend from Snow Hill, Alabama.
I bet Percy Jones knew him.
Hello. No, but when I thought about that, and you know, I did not realize, and I got to say this, that Reverend Powell was from Snow Hill.
I didn't realize that either.
I did not know that.
I did not know that until I got to talking and reading up on him. He was from Snow Hill. So Snow Hill, Alabama. Have you ever been to Snow Hill?
No, ma'am.
You'll miss it. If you go like that, you'll miss it. If I that big. I mean, because I can remember when we were growing up, but we went to Snow Hill, we thought we were going somewhere.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, because that's not too far from Lowndes County, because I'm proud that I'm a country girl from down there in Lowndes County.
Right.
But the fact of it is, when he said he from Snow Hill, I said, well, I'll be dog. He was another from down there in the woods where I am. I mean, but you know, look what great product came from down there. Look at the things that he brought to us, to the community with the fight that he did from Snow Hill, Alabama. And I think that Lumon with the things what he is and what he represented, even with the birthday parties. And I mean, I just love the fact that he would always say, if I ever said, he's, well, now it's time for her to get the collection plate. Let's get some money raised. I mean, but Clorrissi, to you and the walk that you did with him, like I told you, I went through and I was like, oh, she was right there. This young lady right here, Cindy, too.
Yes.
I know Cindy has a story to tell. And when we go to break, I'm going to ask Cindy to switch spots with you.
Yes.
So she can come and tell her story before we get out of here. Are you ready for it, Cindy? She said it slowly. Yes, ma'am.
Well, sometime before you go, Joseph Lowry said this about H.K. Matthews.
What?
He knew how to raise hell and raise money.
Come on now.
And you talk about energy that I have. This man in his 80s and 90s, I'm like, are you going back to Bruton today, tonight? Yes, ma'am, I am. I'm about to get on the road. I'm leaving now.
There you go.
And that's what he did, but he'd be right back.
Absolutely. That's power right there within itself. Ladies and gentlemen, we're having a great conversation. We are talking about the life. We're talking about a celebration. We're not talking about anything sad, because what he did, I always keep this thought top of mind. What kind of legacy are you going to leave?
Amen.
Amen.
What legacy are you going to leave behind you? We'll be back with more right here on Sunshine's Corner.
You finally found the perfect car in Racing Blue. You even got them to throw in the LED fog lights for free. Auto Owners insures your car because some people never learn to parallel park. That's simple human sense.
Ask the Messick Insurance Agency in Pensacola if Auto Owners make sense for you.
Keep going. More. No, stop!
Come see us at Royal Appliance Outlet. We have refrigerators, washers and dryers, stoves, beautiful furniture from all of your name brands that you know and trust. Samsung, Whirlpool, Frigidaire, and GE, all at discount prices. Come visit us today at 1612 Faith Boulevard. You're gonna love our easy credit to help you bring all your favorite furniture home. Come visit Royal Appliance Outlet.
It's baseball season. From heart-stopping plays to legendary victories, this is baseball at its finest. Grab your seat, bring your energy, and witness greatness live. Don't just watch it, feel it. The Pensacola Blue Wahoos are back, and you can watch Pensacola Blue Wahoos home games live on Fridays and Saturdays, only on Blab TV. Love the Blue Wahoos but can't watch? Get your tickets now.
The Emerald Coast Utilities Authority's state-of-the-art materials recycling facility processes recyclables for communities throughout the region, lowering need for more landfills. This highly efficient recycling service accepts glass, paper, cardboard, plastics, aluminum, and more. But we need your help. Please make sure your recyclables are clean of garbage, food, and liquids. Also, please remember that plastic shopping bags, foam products, or yard waste are not recyclable. To learn more, go to livegreenecua.com.
And welcome back to the hottest spot in town. And we are going to go to a video clip that I took from Commissioner's page, because I said, oh, this is so great. We're going to share that with you. Then we're going to come back and introduce you to Michael Jackson. And he's and we're going to talk with you with Cindy. I take her. Cindy is a fighter within herself, right here on Sunshine's Corner. Here's a clip you're going to love. You can't hear it, but the people can.
We're always in a learning process. That's why a person is never educated, because once you get educated, you've learned all there is to be learned. And so we are always in the process of being educated, because we're still learning. We've got to teach people who made the sacrifices. America's history is our history, and our history is America's history.
Amen.
For there are so many contributions that we have made to the making of this country that there's no way we could talk about it in a 29 or 30-day period. That, in order to be a good leader, you first got to learn to be a good follower. I've had some good days, and
Yes, sir.
and I've had some hills to climb. I've had some dreary days and some sleepless nights.
Yes, sir.
But when I look around and think things over,
My Lord.
all of my good days outweigh my bad days.
And as he would say, all of my good days outweigh my bad days, and I won't complain. And I tell you, we've done a little switch around. Now we talk about, we got Michael Jackson over here. Listen, you all want to hear, do you remember? Hey, Michael Jackson. And hey, Cindy Martin.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Wonderful. Look, thank you guys for coming in so we can share more. Michael, that's my, you know what, Michael, I'm gonna put you on blast. I've been after Michael ever since now. I've been doing this show 2 years to come out here and sing that song for me. He said, I can't make it, baby. I can't make it. Because I'm not gonna give up. He's gonna get in here. He's gonna sing that song for me, and you're gonna understand why I be wanting him to sing. Cause he take that when he's at that note and go up that way. Yeah, look how he's smiling. Hey, Michael.
I didn't come when you want me, but I'm on time.
Come on now.
This morning.
I got you.
Happy to be here. Yeah.
Thank you. Well, Michael, I know that you and Reverend Matthews were like stuck like Chuck. Talk about that relationship with you and him.
Well, you talked about Snow Hill a few minutes ago, and that's where my dad was from. And I guess
really,
my dad, and between my dad and my mother, and when I ended up meeting HK and explained to him who I was, and he brought up about my mother and all, so I guess we just had that connection. And my father passed away, and I needed a father figure, and I liked what HK was doing.
Come on now.
In the community, and I always had a love for the community, so I went to him one day and asked him, can I be his eyes and ears?
Are you serious? Oh, how beautiful.
Yeah, and I said, also, I don't have a father, and will you be my father figure? And he told me yes.
Isn't that beautiful?
He told me yes, and he told me, he said, I never want you to walk behind me.
Oh my God.
I want you to walk beside me.
Oh, what is Kleenex? Give it here. Pass on. But that is beautiful because you know what? I understand what he's talking about. And that's beautiful because, I mean, you were, well, look at you, even in his talks, he came up with his special song that was so special to him. And now I see why you sang the song so hard.
Yeah.
Why you did it.
And you know, there's many days that when we was meeting to do several things, when the guy got drowned over there on Pensacola Beach.
Oh, yeah.
And there was many days, not only that, the Iskami High School rebels, Gulf Power was having problems on the base. And I was like a note keeper. I'm saying, how can one man have this much power?
Right.
When all he have to do is just stand there. He really don't have to say anything.
Walk in there.
Just walk in. And when they say HK is here, I remember the time we walked down Palafox. And I mean, Palafox was be loaded with people on Saturdays.
Right.
When HK walked through there like it just, you stirring up a hand's bed, they just cleared.
Get out of here.
The whole streets, yeah. And I said, man, what make you so unique? He said, Mike, a lot of times you don't have to fight people with your hands.
Come on now.
He said, put your eyes and your voice on them.
Now, and I love that.
He would. And we would, well, some of the guys, I won't say we.
Go on, say we.
Some of the guys would get together. Some of the guys would get together and want to leave a mark. When we was having these settings, they wanted to go out and do a mark. He said, no, we're not doing it that way. We're gonna fight them with our voice and our eyes. So this is how we're gonna do it. We don't want to go out and cause a bigger problem.
Exactly.
And he had guys come in town. It was guys came in with, I'm talking about army fatigues on that really wanted to do some damage. They didn't give any names. They didn't want to be seen, really. They had masks on.
I got you.
And HK told them to take them off and go back where you came from. So
come on now.
He said,
You knew about that because you wobbling your head. Yeah.
Well, I didn't know, but I can believe he said that.
Absolutely. I got you.
Yeah, he said, we're not doing it that way. And you know, when I sit and think about, you know, I hate to see him go, but then on the other hand,
I understand where you're going.
It's some more happen. Because when right now, in my mind, I sit down and I just picture he and Gooding and Reverend Blevins and
all of them sitting there.
All those Lumon father. You can imagine them around the table what they're talking about.
Having a talk that you would never ever you couldn't handle it.
They're having a conversation how they were, and I can see them. I heard the mother say she walk in the room and see his hands out. And I can imagine these guys reaching out, HK, you tired, man. You've done enough. Why don't you come on?
You get chills to me then.
Yeah, and sit to the tables with us, man. You know.
Oh my God. Cindy, you went ha on that one.
His wife said his hand had been broken. He fell and his arm was locked and he hadn't used that hand for like 3 or 4 months.
Oh,
and
almost a year.
A year, and right before he died, he reached his hand up.
The broken arm.
The broken arm, and said, "What? I see you."
No, he lifted his head up and had his arm up.
Oh my God, that he was reaching.
Like reaching up to someone.
That was reaching for him to come on. It's time for you to come on with us.
Yes.
And you know something else unique, and I'm not going to take up.
No,
but
keep talking.
She called me, and she said, Michael said, I need you to talk to HK. Say he's not eating. Said if I can just get him to eat. Said I think he'll feel a lot better. So I did. I went up and talked with him. I said, man, you got to eat. I said, in order to get your strength back, you got to eat. On my way home, she said, he's eating.
Come on, Jesus.
Say he's eating. And I told him, I said, when you eat, don't try to eat a whole lot, just eat a little. And he did. He tried to eat a little, but it wouldn't stay in his stomach.
Of course.
So it ended up coming back. And she
But the fact that he tried.
She called me right before he passed and said, Michael, I think HK is holding on to something. Saying, I believe if he hear your voice, he'll go ahead and take his rest.
My God. Michael.
So.
Oh, Michael. My God. Jesus.
She put the phone to his ear. And I said, Pop. I had different times I called him Pop. If he was in a preaching setting, I would call him Reverend. If we was in the field, I'd call him HK.
I got you.
I said, Pop, I said, look, man. I said, look. I said, I don't want to come see you like you are. I said, I don't want to see you like that.
Take your rest.
I said, look, you worked hard. You've done so much. I said, look, if you need to, I said, we are happy. We're happy for all that you've done. Take your rest, man.
Come on, Jesus.
I said, go ahead and take your rest.
And
when I hung up the phone, about 45 minutes, she called me and told me he was going on.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah.
Isn't that something?
Yeah.
But does that got me stammering now. But does that not say something about what he cared about you?
Oh, yes.
How much that love was genuine?
I can deal with him gone, but at the same time, it's not the sadness of him gone.
I hear you.
It's just the love.
I got you.
Yeah,
Exactly.
And
you missed the presence.
And I say all the time, why me? Why is it? Because I carried several guys with me. Michael Pett, some of you might remember Michael Pett years ago, carried him with me. And he just wouldn't click with those guys. And I said, Lord, why me? Why little old me? Y'all talked about whippings. I got a whipping every day.
Come on, baby.
Every day.
I wish I would just call my knee, but I ain't gonna do it.
If my daddy said don't do it, I want to know why I can't do it. You see what I'm saying? If he said don't leave the house, well, what is it out there that's stopping me from leaving the house?
Exactly.
You know, and
but Michael, that's got to mean so much to you to hear that, and then the fact that he waited until he could hear his son.
Yeah.
Say something to him, and then he took his flight. But I think the most thing, Cindy, when you said that, and the fact that his arm has not moved,
right,
in all this time, and then he extended that arm. My God! But from my study, I've found out in the Bible that he does send death angels for you.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, like, but it's like, my God, that's something to remember.
Mm-hmm.
And with you, I know you got more pictures than anybody. You been out for everybody where he is.
Yeah.
I mean,
No, actually, she was with him way longer than me. But anyway, yes, I've been following Reverend Matthews around a long time. And he said, I need you. I just wanted you to stay strong, and I want you to speak out no matter what you say. If it's the truth, I want you to say it. Because I was like really, really timid. And so I just really started speaking out when I met him. I've been with him in the rallies on Palafox Street. Mm-hmm. He always talked about having peaceful protests.
Right.
If you have a peaceful protest, it's nothing nobody can say.
That's
and
right.
so I would be there and I would be taking pictures. I followed him to the 50th anniversary, the Bloody Sunday.
Bloody Sunday in Selma. Yes, I know. I looked at pictures with him there.
I was able to get in everything free. It made me feel so good. He was like, let Cindy Martin come in. So I just felt so important to be around Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton and all his friends.
Look out, you're going to be hearing from them again soon, right here.
Yeah, so he taught me a lot. He was golly, but he was firm at the same time. No matter what he said, he hurt somebody's feelings, it didn't matter.
Exactly.
If it was the truth, that's just how he was.
Exactly.
Through his prison and pain, he kept going.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't let nothing hold him back.
And that's something, a legacy that we all got to think about, ladies and gentlemen. I say this, and we're hearing all of this, and I still say that, and I look at it, and I encompass everything around what I see every single day. With a legend, a civil rights icon, such as he, during that generation of time, they're all transitioning. They're taking their rest, they fought their fight. But what am I trying to convey to you today? We, as a community, must, there's no if, must pick up that mantle and number one, learn to fight a good fight, get in good trouble, learn to fight a good fight, and don't just take what somebody want to give you when you know your worth and you know what you've earned. We're going to talk more about that when we return right here on Sunshine's Corner.
My name's Kelly McLeod. I'm the owner of Bella Magazine. Bella is a source of uplifting and inspiring content for the women of Pensacola.
I think the magazine is just so thoughtfully done. There's a lot of attention to detail. The stories are really good.
You've got seriousness, you've got fun, education, fashion. It just encompasses everything.
Women are multidimensional, and so is Bella.
From the efficiency of American natural gas and the dependability of nuclear power, to the strength of Florida's sunshine and the flexibility of advanced battery storage systems, we leverage a diverse mix of energy sources to power our growing state, ensuring reliable, low-cost power for your home or business whenever you need it. FPL, working for you every single day.
Take a ride on the Pensacola Beach Island Trolley. From now until September 4th, from 4 p.m. to midnight, tour Pensacola Beach for free on the Island Trolley. Our open-air trolleys allow riders to take in all the fun and sun of Pensacola Beach. Plus, riders will be able to track the trolley's location, making it easier for everyone to plan ahead and enjoy the ride. To learn more about the Pensacola Beach Island Trolley, head to visitpensacolabbeach.com/trolley-information. See you on the trolley.
Well, I think it's all about local, and I'm a big believer in local. So I think anytime you can carry a message out locally, it's important. And I think it's anytime the person that delivers the service can also deliver the message, which is unusual. You have the people that actually deliver the project doing the talking, and I think that's a huge difference, and really makes a huge value difference for the consumer. So I'm really just so grateful that we have this local opportunity with Blab TV. My name is Quint Studer, and I am Blab TV.
And welcome back to the hottest spot in town. We're having a great conversation today about the life and the legacy of an icon, the late, the Reverend H.K. Dr. Reverend H.K. Matthews. And we brought another person to the seat because she's got some 40 years to talk about. Oh my God, Vanessa.
Yes.
Now, Vanessa, welcome in. And
Thank
tell
you.
me about your 40-year run with Dr. Matthews.
Well, actually, he was our pastor at our church, Zion Fountain Church in Bruton, for the 40 years plus. And, you know, during the 70s, there was the CETA program. During the summers, I would work when I would come home from college, and I worked with him at the college for some of that time. And then once I graduated, he reminded the president, you know, that young lady that you were really impressed with, she graduated now, so let's give her a job.
Come on now.
And so actually, I think that I owe him my life. I met my husband through my interactions at the college. I was working, and then we played a softball, like an intramural softball kind of thing, and I met him on the weekend, you know, playing softball, and I wouldn't have met him if it had not been for my working at the college. He took me, just like a daughter, he took me to get my first car. You know, he came with me to Pensacola, because of course he loves Pensacola.
Yeah.
He came with me to Pensacola, and he told the salesman to treat me right, and we went in, and you know, I got my little car, and you know, all that. He married us, of course, and christened our children, you know, so we've been together forever. You know, we worked at the college all those years together.
Beautiful.
And, you know, aside from his family, probably I knew him more, you know, than probably anybody else, because we worked together, and, you know, we were at church together. I was a secretary, and we would go and minister with people together.
He left a mark with you. He put something on you that you can't shake. You said that you think that he is really the reason why. But what he was doing with you, I think, is the same like he was telling Michael. Okay, he was implanting something in you, yet inspiring you that, look, there's nothing that you can't do. Continue to rise. And look at the end when it came around. Then he said, okay, remember that young lady? Now let's give her a job. I think the fact that what he does when he sees people, and he's such a people person, that he sees the qualities individually that we all have, because God gives all of us a different talent. And when he horns in on that, he uses that to the building of our community. He kept it in the community. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And Michael, I tell you, that's amazing. That's just amazing, the things that he's done with you. Your sister Nita was saying that he was the Black History guest speaker at Eglin Air Force Base. Am I correct?
Right.
Did I do it right? But all of that came together with him. And he was a man that really stood, he was a giant, but he was a giant with what he did.
And you know, Sonshine, she talked about the church, you know, he would let us have gospel programs at the church. He said, she remembers, he said, Michael, whatever you want to do up here, you let us know.
Come on now.
And the doors are open. And we would have programs at the church and have a good time.
I'm telling you.
And you know, I want to say something, I want to piggyback on what she was saying about the school. Pensacola lost a legend. I mean, we lost a great man. When sometimes you think you're doing someone harm, but sometimes the Lord take them to another level.
Come on now.
Which all the time, which that's what he did for HK. He left Pensacola, but when he went to Bruton, do you know he made a professor? He was a professor.
Thank you.
At the college up there, and he had the opportunity to watch over my daughter going to that college while she was up there, Sean, my oldest daughter.
He always has something good to share with us. And I mean, and that's a great thing that he does. He was such a, still is.
Still is.
Because his legacy will live on for a day.
Well,
it's
getting better.
It's getting better and better. You said something that was powerful. When you think that, you see, because the Bible teaches us that what the devil tries to do for harm, God will take and turn it into good. He elevates us to another level. All he asks us to do is trust and believe him. Because I know
And he
the
wasn't
plans
afraid
I
to
have
come
for
to
you.
Pensacola. He
That's
still
right.
came to Pensacola.
Thank you. Exactly.
You know,
I mean,
yeah.
unbelievable. And you know, it is so much that we share. We could sit here and talk for 3 or 4 hours. I can't believe we're down to the last moment. And I see Ellison. You know, I have been calling Ellison. Ellison usually called me back. He ain't called me back this time.
No.
I know. Yeah, I see him over there. But the fact, what I'm going to do, I'm going to invite Ellison in so I can do a whole show with him because I know he has a story to tell.
Right.
You know. Now let's do this real quick. We're down to the last 3 minutes. When is the home going?
It's this Friday at our church at 11 a.m.
Right. And that's going to be, it's open to, y'all better get there.
Yes.
I mean, is it going to be at the church too, or at the funeral home where they can go by, sign the book or anything?
They can come at 10 a.m. As early as 10 a.m. The church will be open, and they can come in and, you know, view and sign the book at that time.
Absolutely.
If you can't stay for the service, you can, you know, process in and out, you know, whatever you want to do.
What's that address of the church?
505 Sowell Road, Sowell Road.
S-O-U-R, Sowell?
S-O-W.
Okay.
E-L-L.
Okay, Sowell Road.
Sowell Road.
Okay.
In Bruton.
In Bruton, Alabama. And ladies and gentlemen, I tell you, I want to really thank name of the church?
Zion Fountain.
Zion Fountain. Sowell Road.
Right.
In Bruton, Alabama.
Yes.
And Michael, are you going to be singing at the funeral?
Yes.
If it's the Lord will.
You gonna sing that song?
I'll be there.
Go sing it. I've had them good days.
Yes.
Come on now.
Let's not forget we have a memorial service here on Thursday at 6 o'clock at Brownsville Community
And Thursday afternoon, 6 o'clock at Brownsville Community Center. The community is asked to come out and be a part of that. Are you gonna sing that night too? Okay, thank you. We're down to our last minute. Okay, thank you so much for coming in because I know I was asking a lot. I thank you for coming in. My girl hadn't seen you in a long time. Don't stay away so long. Nita, my sister. Always. Ladies and gentlemen, we got to get out of here. And of course, my little bit right here. Whew, I don't know what to say, but I got to go. We got to go. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a fantastic day. Yes. It has been a fantastic day. But think about this. You can also celebrate as well. Now, this show will be played again this afternoon at 6 o'clock. So tell your friends they can watch this show again today. If you missed it this morning, you can see it this afternoon at 6 o'clock. And coming up tomorrow, we got another great show coming up for you too. I'll leave you as I do every single day. Never, ever, ever lose your focus. Always remember this, and I believe this from my heart. If you keep God first in everything that you do, I guarantee you're going to be a total success. Amen. So until tomorrow at 9 o'clock for another day of sunshine, and of course, Pink in the City, know that I love you with a perfect kind of love. Keep shining while I'm gone. Have a great day, my friends.
Brought to you by Quint and Rishi Studer.